Hello, I'm Sam Coe and I'm with Anthony Alka from Forever British Country. He can't get the introduction right, so I thought I'd do it for him.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What made you start writing and performing?
I used to be a classical singer, so I was trained as a classical singer when I was younger. But my friend's mother was in a country and western band, and his family were kind of friends with my family, and we ended up kind of going to all of her gigs. She was in a band called Debbie Allen and the Rocky Mountain Show Band, and it was proper full-on country and western, so I got dragged to all of these things, and then she started teaching me how to play keyboards. So I kind of got into writing then at a young age. Then I went into a girl band when I was in my kind of late teens, early 20s, and kind of came away from country music completely. That all kind of fell by the wayside, didn't work out, which was quite heartbreaking, and I ended up going back home to my mum and dad's farm and living with them for a while, and that's when I got back into country music.
So if you could invite 5 people to a dinner party, who would it be?
Who would I invite to a dinner party?
Yeah.
I'd invite Karen and Ian from Forever British Country, because we went out for a tie before and it was really good fun. So I'd invite those two. I'd also invite, this is a really difficult question, I'd invite Casey Musgraves, because I just think she's a phenomenal performer, writer, I just love her. I'd probably invite Brandy Carlisle, because I think she's just extremely good and I want to be her best friend. And then I'd invite the Super Vet. Oh, no, okay. I was going to say the Super Vet because I really like him and I love his programme. But I'd also invite Simon James, who's behind the camera and pouting at me now because I said the Super Vet and not Simon James.
Why do I get invited?
Well, you're coming along as well because Brandy Carlisle's there and Karen and Ian and Casey Musgraves. Yeah, you're cooking.
I can cook.
If you were going to choose one well-known song and put a country twist on it, which one would you pick?
A modern song?
Yeah.
Do you know, Karen, you asked me this at Country to Country and I said I'd do a Nicki Minaj song and I'd do the rap.
I'd like to see that. That'd be...
Yeah, I stand by that, that's my answer.
Right. I'd like to see it though, actually happen.
I might do it one day.
Thanks. Just for us?
Yeah,
as an exclusive.
like as an exclusive.
Yeah.
Not your guitar.
It's on tape now, so
I've got to practice. Like, thing is, I've got a really bad memory, so if I had to rap, it wouldn't be a nice thing for anybody, I don't think.
If you could perform anywhere in the world, any venue, which one would you pick?
I know the obvious is to say the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, and I'm sure lots and lots of people have said that. I'd actually really like to play the Royal Albert Hall. I went there the other day to see, actually it was a show with my niece. It was Peter and the Wolf with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and I didn't watch any of the show really. I just looked around the whole time thinking, God, I would love to play a show here.
What's your favourite thing to do when you're not performing?
My favourite thing to do when I'm not performing? Oh God, well, writing songs I guess, but then that's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess take my dog out. I love dog walking and going out in the countryside with Kenny Rogers, my dog, so that's probably it.
What excites you the most about the British country scene?
What excites me the most about it? A lot of things frustrate me about it. That's a whole other question. What excites me? I think the whole new wave of festivals coming out, things like the one we're at now, British Country Music Festival here in Blackpool. It's been a really good weekend, but the Long Road, Black Deer, they're very much more incorporating Americana music, roots music, folk music into it, which is, to be completely honest, much cooler and a little bit more relevant. And I just really like the fact that people are accepting that the country genre can be opened up to these other genres too.
What's the most unusual gig that you've played, like the venue or the situation?
Oh God, we've played some really odd things. So we played a gig in Great Yarmouth at the Great Yarmouth Maritime Festival at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday for BBC Radio Norfolk. It was a live broadcast, but no one was there, so we were just playing for no particular reason in the kind of the harbour of Great Yarmouth. And then the boys went to get a coffee, and then these guys from the Dutch Navy were on this boat, and they just waved at me, and next thing I know, I'm on the boat with them. I'm meant to be playing a gig, and the boys are like, "Where's Sam gone?" And someone's like, "Well, she's on the boat with the Dutch Navy." So that was probably the best one, yeah.
Where do you see British country music in 5 years' time?
I really hope it's out of the rut that it is in at the moment. I think our genre is not helped by a lot of things. Probably the fact that people keep comparing country and western music to new country, which is what we are creating. I think the new Samco solo album will be particularly good in 5 years' time. She'll probably be on her second or third. And I think the 51 Fables album, which is going to be mine and Simon James's new duo project, will probably be on the second or third album. So yeah, I'm hoping that the country scene becomes a little bit cooler and a little less contrived, and it's a bit of a joke at the moment in places, and I don't want that. You know, you tell people you're in a country band and you get people yee-hawing at you, and I don't want that. In 5 years' time, I want it to be cool again.
Yeah. What's your greatest musical achievement to date?
Making the Long Shadows album, I think. That was a big achievement for me because we signed to a local record label in Suffolk called Ginger Dog Records. And when somebody says, okay, we want to help you make an album, we believe in you, we believe in your songwriting, we believe in your band. So that was a big achievement. But then for that same record label to come back at me and say, we love what you did with the band, it was a really big success, but we want you to make a solo record, that's also another achievement. So I guess, yeah, making the Long Shadows album and touring that this summer at festivals and gigs has been brilliant. But I think the next project that I'm working on now that I'm really proud of is the solo album.
Where can we find you on social media?
Social media at Samco and the Long Shadows, all over the place, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And then my solo stuff is just Samco Music. And yeah, we just released the single, Hard Time, which went in at number 3 on the iTunes chart, but more importantly, number 97 on the all genre chart. So number 3 in the country chart, which is cool. But really pleased that it got to 97 on the all genre chart, because that's a big achievement for an independent artist. So yeah, you can then find the album, the Samco solo album, out on the 28th of November. The pre-order will be out soon though.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. Do you want me to do the goodbye, or are you okay
You can do that if you want as well.
Goodbye from Anthony Alka and Samco for Forever British Country.